While Jake can acknowledge Bug as a took-on child, Neytiri is wary of him given his human starting points. Be that as it may, every one of the kids blend and mingle well with one another including Bug, whom Kiri is warm with despite the fact that he is a human. Bug doesn't embrace his human legacy and feels more lean to Gnostics culture and customs. They have an ordinary existence until one day they notice an odd star in the night sky. Once more, much regrettably, they understand it's a RDA space transport with people getting back to Pandora to colonize it, raising another really working base. Among the fresh debuts in the boat is Colonel Quaritch, who has been cloned into a Gnostic's body and with his recollections transferred from before his demise. Accordingly, Quaritch can't recall his destruction on account of Jake, however, is simply ready to remember the occasions before and his wrathful mission to take out Jake. To keep the RDA from taking advantage of Pandora once more, Jake drives an essential guerrilla activity against the RDA supply lines, debilitating them. In one of the tasks, Lo'ak, who defies Neteyam and anxious to show off his abilities, attempts to help Jake in fight yet gets injured. Jake safeguards and teaches him to not jeopardize his own security by being careless. That evening, while at the same time watching out for his injuries, Neytiri smoothly reminds Jake to be not excessively unforgiving with Lo'ak. To which Jake communicates his anxiety as a dad for the well-being of his kids. In the meantime, the reprisal follow-up on the RDA supply lines doesn't agree with Quaritch, who starts a hunt mission to kill Jake. During a fun-loving endeavor, Jake's kids alongside Bug investigate further into the rainforest. Unbeknownst to them, Quaritch and his group are at a similar area investigating the site where Quaritch will see his human remaining parts. A perceptive Lo'ak sees their presence and rapidly illuminates his dad Jake, who is made aware of the circumstance. Nonetheless, an engagement happens and Quaritch's crew catches Jake's youngsters. Jake and Neytiri show up in time and free a large portion of them, yet Bug is taken by Quaritch, who remembers him as his child. On board the boat, the RDA attempts to coercively remove data about Jake from Bug, who will not give. Evolving system, Quaritch tends to Bug as his child and furthermore to make sense of more about the Navi in return for his opportunity on his side. In spite of the fact that unagreeable and ignorant about Quaritch's real mission, Bug shows Quaritch Gnostics culture. Quaritch is likewise effectively ready to tame an Ikran flying animal as his vehicle. Realizing the risk insects' information on his whereabouts postures to their well-being and furthermore to keep away from another calamity, Jake persuades a hesitant Neytiri and his family to oust themselves from the Omaticaya tribe and retreat toward the eastern seaboard of Mekayina, a coral reef island whose faction and way of life is adjusted to Pandora's seagoing environment. Jake gives his central mantle to his replacement and passes on altogether to Mekayina. Once showed up, they are welcomed by the family boss Tanawari and his better half Ronald, who is dicey of them at first. Nonetheless, Jake makes sense of their circumstance and they are consented to remain and given cover. Despite the fact that a few tribesmen criticize Jake and his kids for their hereditary human legacy, the family learns the methods of the reef individuals, gaining the appreciation of them. Kiri is captivated with the oceanic existence of Mekayina and fosters an otherworldly bond with the ocean and its animals, while Lo'ak gets to know Neytiri, the little girl of family boss Tanawari and his better half Ronald. While adjusting to their new climate, Lo'ak gets into a battle with Neytiri's sibling Aonung when he pokes a rough fun at Kiri and him of their blended human genealogy. Jake advises his child for his way of behaving. At Jake's demand, Lo'ak gets back to apologize to Aonung and his companions. Notwithstanding, they tempt him to an excursion into the region of a hazardous ocean hunter and leave him abandoned as a vengeance. The ocean hunter attempts to go after Lo'ak. Be that as it may, Lo'ak is saved by and gets to know Payakan. A tulkun, a clever and pacifistic cetacean species whom the Metkayina think about their otherworldly family. Upon his revisitation of Metkayina, boss Tanawari, who became mindful of Ayanung's activities on Lo'ak, requests that the previous apologize to Lo'ak. In any case, Lo'ak assumes the fault on himself, winning Ayanung's fellowship. He is likewise informed that Payakan is a pariah among his species. In the meantime, out traveling to a branch off of the Tree of Spirits, Kiri joins with it to meet her mom. However, experiences a vicious seizure. She is mended by Ronald, yet when Jake calls Norm Spellman and Max Patel for help, Quaritch can follow them to the archipelago where the reef individuals reside. Carrying Insect with him, he secured a whaling vessel which is hunting tulkuns to gather their mind compounds for making hostile to maturing cures. Quaritch starts to fiercely scrutinize the native clans about Jake's area, bombing that. He arranges the whaling group to wantonly kill the tulkuns to draw Jake out. Lo'ak intellectually interfaces with Payakan and discovers that the tulkun was projected out in light of the fact that he conflicted with the methods of his species and went after the whalers who killed his mom. At the point when the Metkayina learn of the tulkun butchers, Lo'ak takes off to caution Payakan, trailed by his kin, Tsiria and Ayanung. They find Payakan being pursued by the whalers, and Lo'ak, Kiri, and Tuk are caught by Quaritch. With their youngsters at serious risk, Jake, Neytiri, and the Metkayina set off to face the people. Quaritch powers Jake to give up, yet seeing his spirit sibling endangered, Payakan assaults the whalers, setting off a battle which kills the vast majority of the team and fundamentally harms the vessel, making it sink. Neteyam salvages Lo'ak and Insect, however is lethally shot. Jake faces Quaritch, who involves Kiri as a prisoner. At the point when Neytiri does likewise with Bug, Quaritch at first denies his child, yet halts when Neytiri cuts Insect on the chest. Jake, Quaritch, Neytiri and Tuk end up caught inside the sinking vessel. Jake chokes Quaritch into obviousness and is safeguarded by Lo'ak and Payakan, and Kiri gathers ocean animals to help her save Neytiri and Tuk. Bug finds and safeguards Quaritch, yet passes on him because of his brutality towards the Nautics and putting his objective to kill Jake's family over being his dad and turning into a decent man, driving him back to rejoin Jake's loved ones. After Neteyam's burial service, Jake and his family choose to for all time stay with the Metkayina.